Hello, my name is Catherine Allen, and I am giving my biography speech today about Sally Ride. And these are my audience members. They're all here and present. They're all paying attention. So, let's begin. After reviewing thousands of applicants to visit space, NASA revealed the 6 females who were chosen to become astronauts for NASA. Sally Christian Ride was selected in 1975 and later becomes the first woman in the U.S. to visit space. Sally Ride has made strides for the research of outer space, and she is also an example of one of the most intelligent women in history. Today, I'm going to tell you about how Sally used her knowledge and skills to not only be selected as an astronaut and physicist for NASA, but also the first woman to be launched into orbit. Let's start by analyzing Sally Ride's upbringing and life before being launched into space. Some people may look back on Sally's life and think it is out of this world, but she comes from an average American family and lifestyle. Born in Encinca, California on May 26, 1951, Sally Ride was the daughter of Dale B. Ride and Carol Joyce Ride. Sally was the oldest of 2 daughters and began her studies at an all-girl prep school in Los Angeles. Space.com states that although neither of Ride's parents had any background or interest in the field of science and physics, their encouragement of exploration credits Ride's fascination for space and to study space. After graduating high school with a tennis scholarship in 1968, Ride continued her education at Stanford University. There she received a Bachelor of Science in Physics and a Bachelor of Arts in English in 1973. However, 2 degrees was not enough for Ride's growing knowledge and interest in the field of science and space. According to NASA.com's biography of Ride, she obtained a Master's of Science degree in 1975 and a Doctorate of Physics in 1978. After finishing her time at Stanford University, Ride decided that she wanted to explore a position and possibility of a career of science and space for a living. She applied to NASA and beat thousands of applicants for the position. Ride began her spaceflight training with NASA in 1978. Although she was selected to go to outer space, she first had to be a part of the crew that helps the trained astronauts go into orbit. After completing the required training, Ride was chosen to board the Space Shuttle Challenger on NASA's 7th shuttle mission as a mission specialist. The mission launched on June 18, 1983, and Ride was on the mission in outer space for 6 days before returning to Earth. While in space, she completed numerous tasks such as the launch of communication satellites for Indonesia and Canada, as well as the first successful satellite deployment and retrieval in space using the shuttle's robotic arm. While on this mission, Ride was credited as the first woman to operate the shuttle's robotic arm. Aside from her historic first launch into space, Sally visited outer space for a second time on a 9-day mission on October 5th, 1984. On this flight, Ride operated the shuttle's robotic arm to remove ice from the side of the shuttle and to readjust the radar antenna on the shuttle. While these accomplishments are huge for Ride in her career, this only marked the beginning, as her role in educating and inspiring future astronauts to go into orbit with NASA. And then here is my middle pan, which I'll still here. It's not done yet.
Oh, doing great.
Thank you. After her flight on the Challenger, Ride continued her career on NASA by serving on the Accident Investigation Board, researching into 2 space shuttle disasters in 1986 and 2003. In 2009, Sally found love aboard the space shuttle. She married fellow astronaut Stephen Hawley for 5 years and later separated in 1987. As Ride grew older, her accomplishments continued to increase and touch the lives of future science students, especially women. After leaving NASA, Ride became a professor of physics at the University of California in San Diego. She also served as the president of Space.com for 2 years. As the first U.S. woman to visit space, she founded the Sally Ride Science Foundation, which is a company that encourages students, especially women, to embrace the field of science. On top of all of her accomplishments before and after space, Ride wrote 5 science-themed children's books. In conclusion, she started her life as an average American athlete and soon was a dedicated and prosperous college student who would go in to being selected as the first woman in the United States to visit space. Then, her accomplishments and success with NASA would land her multiple careers following her passion of space and science. Finally, Sally Ride passed away on July 23, 2012 at the age of 61 following a 17-month-long battle with pancreatic cancer. Her legacy lives on as a pioneer and explorer of outer space. Thank you for listening to my speech.
Yay! They're all still here.